Hello, everybody. It's been a while since I've been on here, but I've got something that everybody, I think a lot of people will want to see. And it's going to be what I'm doing for the next year minimum. My Etsy sales and my woodworking, it's great during the Christmas rush, the fourth quarter. It's 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 what I want my it's what I want my woodworking business to be year round. But other than the 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 fourth quarter, it sucks. I just can't get my Etsy listings to perform other than it thinking that my products are just for a gift. So I only get sales whenever it's gift time, Father's Day, you know, I'll get some birthday gifts because I got birthday keywording, and I'll get some Valentine's Day stuff because I got some Valentine listings, but mainly I get Christmas time. That's it. Fourth quarter. So I lost one of my side hustles, and it just sort of played out over time, and that was a large percentage of my income. So drastic times lead to drastic measures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my woodworking because listen, my products aren't the best. I think they're very good. And that's backed up because I got great feedback for the fourth quarter. And I have one return in 4 years. And that's because they, I engraved it. They said said Molly. And for some reason I put Misty. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but it was my mistake. Of course, they didn't return it, didn't have to return it, but I made them another one, send it. But that was the only one out of hundreds and hundreds of orders that I ever messed up on. And I get, I think I got a 4.9 something, feedback. You can't please everybody. And so I also have um, some higher, um, I guess, higher end, you know, I guess, I don't know what you call it. But anyway, so companies like Wrangler, Wrangler jeans, Wrangler, Western wear, they, they order some of my boot jacks, and they order them regularly because I can only assume they keep ordering because it's a good product. I do a good build, and it's a good value. And so they order from me whenever they need them, they call me. Um, I get them to them quickly. They pay quickly. Everybody's happy. So also done Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo. I've also had them in orders to go to San Antonio Livestock Show and Rodeo, Fort Worth stock stockyards, their livestock show and rodeo, um, and they buy them every year, and so I know that my boot jacks are good. Whenever whenever I've tried to take and add a new product on Etsy, I get nothing. I mean, it's just it doesn't even show up ever. I get zero views, even when I advertise and push it. And so there's something about Etsy that they either hate me or they like they like those that are already in those products. They list them before they ever list me because I'm 4, 5, 6, 8 pages down the list, and they don't make it past the first, second page before they buy. So I get no looks, I get no sales, and no matter what I build, and I know it's a solid product. I've done my research. I know they sell, but I can't get Etsy. Even when I pay them to show it, I can't get them to show it. So what am I going to have to do? I got to make money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it locally. I'm going to take my products to I'm going to take my products to flea markets, in trade shows, trade days, all that stuff. I'm going to take my products. I'm going to build an inventory. I'm going to take it out there, and I'm going to see if people that are shopping, they're there to shop. I'm going to see if they buy my stuff. I'm going to do small trade shows. Maybe not trade shows, may not be the right word. Small flea markets. You know, uh, trade days, all that stuff. I'm going to do small ones, but the main one I'm going to do is Canton First Monday Trade Days. That is in Canton, Texas. It's arguably the largest flea market in the United States and possibly even the world. They have anywhere from 20,000 to 100,000 plus shoppers every month. I'm talking about Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, once a month, 1 week in a month, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They'll have 100 and something thousand shoppers. Of course, that's fourth quarter time. Throughout the year, it's less than that, 20, 50, whatever it comes out to be. But it's a lot of shoppers. That doesn't mean that they'll all be funneled through my booth, where they can see me. But it means the opportunity is there I can't get 20 people to see a new product on Etsy. And so if I can get more than that, I've done something. And so I know that I'll have a solid stream of people Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, once a month. So that's where I'm going with it. What I'm going to do, what this video is the start of, is I'm going to take and show what products I'm making, what products I'm selling for these trade shows, or for these, I'm going to call them trade shows. That's what I call them. And the long story short, I've got, today's the 21st of July. I start selling in Canton on Thursday, July the 30th. That means I've got 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, 30. I got 10 days, including today, not including the 30th. So it's 9 days I've got to build an inventory to take to the largest flea market in Texas, possibly the United States. So out of those 9 days, I've got 2 days that I can't build. I've got something else I've got to do. And so that gives me a week to get enough product prepared and ready to sell. Boot jacks, no problem. Set up for it. I make them every day. I can batch them out. I make a bunch of them, and but I just can't sell boot jacks. There's not going to be enough, need or want for just boot jacks. So I got to have, for this first show, I'm going to add in 1, 2, 3, 4 more products. So I have 5 products total that will be at the show, with my main display being boot jacks. The thing about boot jacks, and mainly these other products, is my biggest seller, or the biggest reason people purchase from me on Etsy, is because I personalize. I'll do their logo, I'll do their name, I'll do their initials, I'll do whatever, and I carve them out. CNC carves them out, the engraving, and then I fill it with epoxy, and people love them. Can't do that at a trade show. Can't prepare for that and take them at the trade shows. So I had to make an adapt. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the blanks for all these products. I'm going to build the blanks. There's a finished product. They can buy it just the way it is, or I can laser engrave on site. I imagine people are out there doing it at Canton, but one of the women that run the trade days, or, sells the spots, rents the spots out, when I asked her if I can do that, if I can run a laser, she'd act like she didn't know what I was talking about. And this isn't just any worker. This is the family that owns most of the land and property and buildings at this largest trade show in Texas in America. And so she was like, I guess. And I was like, well, it does put off some fumes, and I got a, I've got a fume extractor, filter, purifier, so that's not going to be an issue. And she's like, yeah, go for it. So she hadn't even really had that question asked before, and so there's not many doing it. And so I think me being able to personalize on the spot will be what um, sets me apart from those other. There's over 10,000 vendors here at this trade show, and so this flea market, and so out of the 10,000, a bunch of them are doing woodworking. So that is going to be what I'm trying to do to set me apart. If they buy, um, you know, one of my other products, every product that I'm making is going to be engravable. And so personalizable, where I can personalize it, customize it for them on site. And so that's going to be my little niche to try to, or my little advantage where I try to set myself apart. So what I've got to do from here on out is build my products. Got 9 days minus two. So I got a week to build enough product to take, because at these trade shows, or at the trade show in Canton, at this big one, they don't want you to set up on Thursday and leave on Friday, sell out on Friday night or Saturday morning, and you just leave. They don't want that. They'll boot you because they want you there every single day. They want you to have product for every single day. So I got to make a bunch of it. I'm sure she'll cut me some slack since I got in late on this, that if I run out, I run out. But that's a problem that I would love to have, because I'm going to be able to make a bunch of it. So I can make a bunch of boot jacks. I can do that, and I can make enough where my retail would be $5,000, and I don't see that happening with just boot jacks. So I got to make some other stuff. So what you're going to be following, because I'm going to be posting every single day, maybe more than once a day, little quick videos where I'm showing what I'm making, how I make it, not instructional videos, but how I'm making what I'm making, what the cost is, what I'm going to charge for it. And then after each show, whether it's the Canton or a local show, I'm going to show, what I sold, how much I made, so how much it cost me for the booths, and you'll be able to see whether this is something that you want to do. And I'm giving myself a year minimum. I'm not going to stop for a year of doing this, because I'm going to make mistakes. Maybe boot jacks. Maybe I don't sell one boot jack. Well, that means I got to pull them out and put something else in. I'm going to adapt to try to fit and get in what sells regularly on half the booth. I actually have two booths to give me 20-foot frontage, and I think it's 10 or 15 foot deep. And so half of it's going to be boot jack setup, because that's my main thing. The other half is going to be other products, and so some of them will be $5 products that will sell fast. Some of them are going to be $50 products that'll sell slower. Some of them are going to be seasonal items, like if I'm approaching, the fall, which we're fixing to, I'm going to have, Thanksgiving, fall type stuff, and then I'll have Christmas stuff. And so all this will change. All my products will change. I'm going to have my base on one side that I'm going to have every single time. Then I'm going to have my seasonal type items, the hot ticket items that's going out here on the internet and stuff, on the other side. So that's my plan. That may all change. I may go in there and not sell a thing. I don't know. We're going to find out. But I think I'm setting myself up to do the best I can by having my bread and butter on one side and my seasonal items and hot ticket items on another side, and keeping my price range down where they can buy something that's smaller, that is engravable, personalizable for a gift or whatever, and then take and throw that in their bag and carry that with you, versus making river tables, that somebody would have to, come pick up after the show because they can't get it out. So that's where we're at. Every day we'll post a video, probably multiple videos. I got to figure out how to do this fast because I'm going to be working like crazy trying to get everything built. And it's going to take me, 16 hours a day, every single day, to get enough product for the show coming up July 30th. So like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, because if you've ever been thinking about taking your business off Etsy, if it's not performing the way you want it to perform, if you're really wanting to see if you can get out in front of more people locally, then you'll be able to see me try to do it. And the thing about it is that you can't. I everybody want you. If you look on the YouTube, everybody's selling on Etsy. Every single person. There's thousands and thousands of videos of how to sell on Etsy, how to do keywording, how to do all this stuff, because people want to sit at home like me. That's what I want to do. Still want to sit at home, take orders, go outside in the shop, build them, stick them in the mail, send them off. Well, for some reason, that only works for me on the fourth quarter. So I got 3 more quarters, 9 more months. I got to try to make a living. And pretty much my last ditch effort here is to get out in front of people at a selling event like Canton, like regular flea markets. And of course, coming up, for the fourth quarter, there's events everywhere, because they're small towns will have a little event. For example, there's one over by my son where he lives, a few hours away, that in a Tractor Supply parking lot, they are getting all these booths together for free. People bring out their stuff and they sell them. It's going to be a big event for a small town, and probably pretty much everybody in that town is going to come by there. They do it every year, and so that's you got to have the. I'll have a few boot jacks there, but the main thing I'll have is small gift items where they can grab something and go to the next table, buy something, keep going, keep going, keep going. So that's the idea. That's the plan. Small shows, not too small, and then my big show. And there's pretty much big shows around everybody. I got to drive an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to go to Canton. That's what, so it's not like it's in my backyard. I've got to drive to get there. I've got to haul my stuff. And so, you know, I'll talk about that, I'm sure, every single day. I'm, open for 12 hours selling, and I'm tired driving back and forth, but it's 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I gotta, once a month, I need to bite the bullet and take care of it. So like, subscribe, follow, hit the bell, because I'm fixing to show y'all a actual live version of somebody trying to go from Etsy and get started in the flea market, trade days, craft show business. So, all right, this is day one, and so here we go. Like, subscribe, follow. Thanks.